Hello everyone, in this video I will be focusing on deep ocean biomes, specifically the Pacific Ocean and its biodiversity loss, while partially basing off information on the Asia-Pacific region. So this is a list of information to be covered prior in this video. First, a deep ocean biome occurs within a part of an ocean and its seafloor further its continental shelves. This reaches depths of 650 feet to about 36,198 feet below Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. The waters in deep oceans are deeper unlike any other biomes existing on Earth. Deep oceans are typically studied from top to bottom, then from side to side. Here, light is only able to penetrate through the first few layers of deep oceans, while the rest is under full darkness. So, animals exist at the bottom of deep ocean layers which you may not even recognize. The Pacific Ocean is a large body of salt water extending from the southern Antarctic region to the north of the Arctic. The ocean then lies between the continents of Australia and Asia on the west and on the North and South America on the east. Thus, it spans about 60 million miles from California to China, reaching thousands of feet underwater in certain regions. An abiotic factor here would be the ocean depth and layers. Scientists have divided oceans into 5 primary layers or zones, extending from the surface to the extreme deep depths of water. The epipelagic zone is the surface zone of the ocean extending 200 meters below the surface. It is also called the sunlight zone since most of the sunlight is visible here. With light then comes heat. This heat is highly responsible for the range of temperatures in this zone. The mesopelagic zone, midwater or twilight zone, is below the epipelagic zone, extending below 200 meters to 1,000 meters. The penetrating light here is highly faint. Because of this, we can see twinkling lights of many bioluminescent creatures, thus a diversity of strange animals can be found. The bathypelagic zone, the dark or midnight zone, extends below 1,000 meters to 4,000 meters. Here, sunlight is unnoticeable, and the only light here are produced by animals. The pressure in this zone is also immense, being 5,850 pounds per square inch. Sperm whales also head to this zone for food, though most of the animals here are colored red or black due to the lacking light. The abyssopelagic zone, the abyssal zone or the abyss, is below the bathypelagic zone extending from 4,000 meters to 6,000 meters. The water temperature here is near freezing, thus there is totally no light. Very few creatures are found here and they tend to be invertebrates like basket stars or small squids. The hadopelagic zone is below the abyssal zone extending to the bottom of the deepest ocean areas. These are typically located on deep water canyons and trenches. The deepest of the ocean is on the Mariana Trench off the coast of Japan, being 10,911 meters. The water is slightly above freezing, while the pressure is 8 tons per square inch. Life can still be found here, such as invertebrates including starfish and tube worms. Fishes depend on different ocean depths. For instance, most marine animals live in the sunlight zone due to relatively warm waters and thus feed on the basis of the ocean's food chain, phytoplankton and small fish. This is due to the availability of sunlight to reach these depths in order for these phytoplanktons to live, grow, and fulfill the food chain. Hence, photosynthesis can also occur and plants can grow. This sunlit zone is then home to many marine species, including sea turtles, seals, sharks, tunas, stingrays, and more. Unlike living in the twilight zone, which is below the sunlit zone, animals must be able to survive under darker waters, colder temperatures, and an increase in water pressure. Thus, there are no plants within this zone considering the lack of sunlight to conduct photosynthesis. Meanwhile, octopus, squids, and some bioluminescent fish can typically be found here. Therefore, it would be difficult for some fish like herbivores including surgeonfishes and parrotfishes to live in a low-light environment without sunlight, photosynthetic aquatic plants, warm waters, and less water pressures. The Pacific Ocean highly contributes to the global economy specifically for the nations its water touches. One of its benefits include fishing and extensive fishing grounds, most especially for Asia. For example, in 1996, nearly 60% of the world's fishes caught had come from the Pacific Ocean. The Asia-Pacific region is considered the world's largest fish producer from capture fishery sectors and aquaculture. In numbers, more than 50% of global catches of marine and river fish and 89% of the world's aquaculture comes from the Asia-Pacific region. Hence, the edited table taken from the Fisheries Center research reports showcases the total catches between 1950 and 2014, average annual catches, 2014 catches, and peak year catches in million tons within Asia's large marine ecosystems in the Pacific. For the species caught, an example can be from one of the major fishing areas in the Pacific Ocean, the Western Central Pacific, or Major Fishing Area 71. The main species targeted here in this area include tunas, mackerels, rays, sharks, crabs, prawns, squids, clams, catfishes, and many more. In addition to fishing, the ocean provides gas fields, offshore oil, minerals, gravel, and sand for the construction industry, and low-cost sea transportation between the east and west. According to a 2015 CNN article, the World Wildlife Fund reported that about 50% population decline in marine life occurred between 1970 and 2012. Thus, marine life took devastating hits for over 40 years. Here, local and commercially fished species populations fell by half. Hence, the Pacific's bluefin tunas are one of the endangered species as a response to this decline. It is said to be mainly due to overfishing. Here, when too much fish are taken out of their home, this imbalances the ocean, wearing down the food webs, therefore losing important and vulnerable marine life such as corals and sea turtles. According to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing has an interrelated connection to the loss of fish stock. About 3.4 to 8.1 million tons of fish are taken annually through IUU fishing within the Asia-Pacific region. Furthermore, illegal fishing within many maritime regions of the Earth highly contributes to the decline of fish stocks. In Asia, the Pacific Ocean is a concern. There's another common practice called shark finning, which refers to the removal of shark fins and returning the body back. This has heavily affected the shark population, though shark fin soup is an Asian delicacy. Hence, if this continues, then about 25% of shark species is estimated for extinction in the upcoming 10 years. Along with this, the ecology of many oceans are placed on the line. Pollution is one of many causes, where nearly 20% of dredged materials from rivers and harbors are dumped into the ocean, where about 10% of it contains toxins such as pesticides. Tons of millions of sewage waste were dumped as well. Over 80,000 terabecquerels of radioactive nuclear waste were also dumped in the ocean. Nearly 90% of the floating debris seen are plastic. Overall, these practices intoxicate our oceans, threatening marine life and birds, especially for ingestion. Hence, it is painful to see our fellow marine friends die from something that can easily be avoided by us humans. Small actions we can do to mitigate these problems are to shop wisely, reduce waste and pollutants, fish responsibly, use less energy, and many more. And that's it, guys. I hope you found this video interesting. Thank you so much for watching.